أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم اللهم أرني الحق حقا وارزقنا اتباعه وأرنا الباطل باطل وارزقنا اجتنابه اللهم صل وسلم على سيدنا محمد. Assalamu alaikum everyone. Thank you very much for coming. We're continuing our discussion on the 18th word, the very last point, the third point. We're discussing the verse, say, if you do love God, follow me, God will love you. This is verse number 31 from chapter 3. It's a very interesting point for me because it's studying the relationship between the art or creation and the messengership and the maker and worship. So it's very interesting. It's also, we were just saying it's a bit dense. So I'll go ahead and start reading. But if you feel like something is difficult or needs clarification, please do ask questions. It will really help. All right. So let me just recap. As you can see in the reading on screen, there are 5 steps, 5 stages. The first stage is talking about the beauty of the art. The second stage is talking about the messengership of Muhammad, peace be upon him. The third stage is talking about how this reveals that the maker owns a will to make beautiful. So to make the maker has a will to make beautiful. I'm gonna stop it there. And 4 is that the maker possesses an elevated love and sacred inclination towards the perfections of the art. And finally, how this is all concentrated on man. For today, we will be starting from stage number 6. I'm just double checking with your brother Ali. Is the word stage the right or the best word to use here?
I think it's starting from the 5th stage, concentrated on man. So we have to understand what is the position of man in the universe or in existence. And then we will continue because we understood until the 5th stage, the beauty is everywhere. It shows that the love of the Creator demonstrates itself through the beautiful creation, decorated creation. We understood there is nothing in the world without created, without any decoration on it. Everything is beautifully designed, beautifully. So we understand that this necessitates the messengership. We said, how? What is it? What is it to do with the messengership? What all the author reminded us that this is the premise. So we will continue through the stage, and beauty desires that the people, the conscious beings should admire it. And the conscious being, who is the conscious being? Human beings. What is the human beings? The last fruit of the tree of creation. Why? Everything, as far as we are concerned, everything comes to my service, and the creator of the universe is making everything for me, preparing it according to my expectations. I love, for example, beautiful things. I love beautiful treatments, pleasant treatments, which I generally see in the creation. So then we are here now, the most comprehensive, conscious being in the universe must be the one who is really appreciating this beautiful creation and responding back to it. So that is the stage we are going into. And that's where in the transition, we haven't finished the stage yet. The significance of the subject, we keep saying that the Prophet Muhammad ﷺ is a messenger of God. Okay. And how do we know? He brought the message from God. Okay, but what is his position there? Oh, he was a nice man. That is what usually in Muslim culture, the prevalent idea about the Prophet. He was a very nice man. He was very successful. He tried his best. But we will see here in this text, yes, he was a nice man, but in which sense he was nice? If we say he was kind to his society, well, okay, there are other people also are very kind to their society. He was caring about his family, his friends. He was very generous. Yes, but there are other people who care, his friends or everybody, as much as they can help. They even help them. So sacrifice many things. These are not the very distinguishing character that these people will be appointed as a messenger, because these are mostly the way the human beings use their feelings and attribute it to themselves. I am a very good man. But the way we are going to see here is totally based on what is going on in this universe, how a conscious being should respond to this type of creation at the highest level, so that the purpose of the creation will be fulfilled. The purpose of creation will be fulfilled. Oh, I don't know whether we mentioned or not. Let's say an artist established an exhibition of his art. What is he expecting? The people who are aware of the value of this art, how precious these pieces of art are, will come and benefit from it, enjoy it. And the visitors come. Who is the most important person who will really appreciate the beautiful beauty of the art exhibited in the exhibition hall? And he will go and say, look, I understood, speak to the artist, say, I understood you have this and this and this qualities in your art. I appreciate it. And the artist will say, yes, you really deserve to be my representative. While I go for lunch, for example, I mean, this is just an example. I'm just making up the example, human example. So you will represent it to the people who are coming here and paying attention to the beauty of the art. So of course, the creator of the universe doesn't leave the universe for lunch. That was just an analogy. On the earth, human beings, conscious human beings, sees the exhibition hall of the universe. And we see everything is created in the very finely tuned art. Excellent. Everything, even the things we don't like, are created really beautifully. We don't like spider. Oh, if you investigate the spider's life, what does it do? Which kind of qualities it has? You will admire it. Definitely. Ask those people who study botanics. They know, and perfectly arranged, they know environmental concern about the concern of the people. They see that really spiders are helping environment. So extra more than needed animals, insects are caught by the web of the spiders. So the balance is perfectly arranged. That is also beautiful. That is also beautiful to show that the one who creates everything abundantly is not really spoiling the balance. He is also creating something so that the interaction between the creatures will be active always. Perfect demonstration here, this exhibition hall of the universe. The mission of the prophet is or lies here, responding back, that we are going to study, to the artist of the universe, who has designed this universe, or is designing this universe and presenting to humankind. So the representative of the artist on earth will be the one, as we call it, the messenger of the creator. This mentality, this logic is cannot be really appreciated in another way than saying that, yes, really, we need a teacher on earth to teach us how to communicate with the creator, the owner, the Lord of this exhibition hall of the universe. The best example must be the one who appreciates the beauty in the best way. That is the messenger. That's why we need the teachers. We need a teacher to guide us. That is how we see. We are expected to see. We should see the mission of the messenger in correspondence with the universe. Of course, it includes my relationship with the society, but it's a very minor matter as compared to interacting with the beauty of the creation, meaning of the creation, responding back to the owner of this creation. That is very universal message. So we have to understand the mission of the prophets within this context. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Okay. I will read as soon as we can see the text. Here it is. Okay. And the fruit, so the fruit is referring to man, is the most comprehensive and furthest part. The part with the most general view and universal consciousness. So universal consciousness is stage number 6. Should I continue reading or?
Yeah, this is the part with the most general, this one, sorry, the most comprehensive and furthest part is the part with the most general view. That is really interesting. You know, for example, the tree example and the analogy of tree likened to the universe is really makes the subject easy to understand, very easy to understand. The fruit is the last stage in the development of a tree. And it is the furthest, not the root, not the body, not the branches, but the furthest. And it has all the qualities of the tree in its seed, because it is the most comprehensive and farthest part, has the most general view. It's a beautiful example, comprehends everything. For example, body doesn't comprehend everything. Leaves don't comprehend everything of the quality of the tree, but the fruit with the seed in it comprehends everything, all everything of the qualities of the tree. This analogy, that's why it is a general trend in Islamic literature to say that human beings, every human being is equal to the universe. What a big challenge, as if just a false pride looks like a false pride, giving it just really, what was the word? I couldn't remember the word. Human beings, boasting human beings, saying, oh, you are great, you are great. No, 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 no. Every fruit has all the qualities of the universe, what the universe has. Every human being has the quality to comprehend all the qualities of the creator of the universe, to comprehend, to understand, to appreciate in the form of tools. So the tree is the same. So everybody in the universe, in this earth, has the quality to comprehend the qualities of the creator in its fullest sense. If it makes sense to you. I understand his qualities. Oh, I investigate, if I don't even, but I have the potentiality to be aware of it, I have to work on it. So the potentially, I can learn biology. Potentially, I can learn chemistry. I can learn physics. Whatever is zoology, botanics, whatever. I can learn. I can learn. It is there. Of course, these branches of disciplines of science demonstrates the qualities ingrained in the creation of the universe. They are discovering these qualities, how the universe came into existence, which kind of qualities are there. They call it, that is the law of nature. The nature of tree is to be like this. Nature of animal is an animal to be in this way. They call it nature. In fact, are they really accidental natural beings, or are they really deliberately arranged by a conscious being, and the things are created according to his will? He has decided to manifest these qualities, because no one can in the world really prove that the things are happening by themselves accidentally and everything is perfectly arranged in the best order. No human being can accept it. Even their existence, how can they exist by themselves? We must be aware that this creation is exceptional and cannot be attributed to anything else. So all the content of the science subjects, even more to be opened and developed deeper and deeper, still waiting. Content of every science subject is nothing but investigation of the qualities of the creator manifested in this exhibition of the universe. But human beings can interpret it, claim to be something accidental, that is human freedom. But we have to be reasonable people and say that how can I, even a simple machine, human-made machine, according to the order of the universe, I cannot really, impossible to attribute, I cannot attribute it to accidental happenings. No crazy man can say that even a pencil could happen by itself. A pencil. The billions, trillions years of history will make a pencil, and everything will be pencil, paper, writing, everything will be in harmony. I don't know. Well, something is wrong with some people. That is up to them, of course. We are, for example, encoded with not to kill people, but some people do kill other people, using some sort of excuses. But they go against their created forms. They are free, but we have to be reasonable without conditioning ourselves. Use our reason and come to the conclusion and be consistent within yourself. That's what we understand, that the relationship between the things are perfectly arranged, and this necessitates that a conscious being is arranging everything, and I understand all qualities of the creator potentially. I may not have developed them, all of them, maybe 1, 2, 3, that's it. But we understand that we can understand everything. We are enabled to understand everything, every quality manifested in the universe. That's why every human being has his own comprehension of the universe and equal to the universe. Like every seed in the fruit of that tree, it includes all the qualities of the tree, and we can say it is equal to the tree. How? Plant it, and you will see. It will give you a tree, or a tree will come out of this seed. In this metaphor, we understand that we are very precious beings in this world, and we have to really appreciate our qualities so that we will come there. We have to be thankful to the one who created us as equal to the universe, each of us equal to the universe. How much thankful we should be here. This is an excellent text, I think. We shouldn't hurry to just finish it in one lesson or discussion. Well, we are not hurrying, but it is worth it. Thank you.
Thank you. And the one with the most comprehensive view and universal consciousness should be, stage number 7, the most elevated and brilliant individual who will meet with and be addressed by that beauteous maker, who will expend his universal consciousness and comprehensive view entirely on the worship of his maker. And then stage number 8, the appreciation of his art and offering thanks for his beauty. Okay. Go ahead, Brother.
We understand here that, oh, can you come? Oh, all right, here. Yeah. Why the prophethood? Now, actually, when we read the Sirah books about the life of the prophet, the authors of the Sirah books have good intention, but usually they miss the point. I don't know if there is anyone who has not missed the point as Sirah writers, because it is something to do with some kind of a biography of the prophet in worldly senses. And we start talking about how he was really under pressure, torture, rejection by arrogant people, this kind of matters. And then how he was kind and patient, perseverant, he demonstrated in his life. Beautiful man, but none of these qualities. He was so brave and he defended his community. He was just, but none of them is the unique characteristics of a messengership. So people argue, yeah, something happened in the life of the prophet, and prophet was like this, or how can a prophet do this? These kind of arguments are irrelevant about the qualities of the prophethood, messengership. Here is the matter, the real position that a messenger should perform. Real position. What is that? There is a universal consciousness in the universe. Everything is deliberately arranged. So there must be a universally conscious being appreciating this beauty. Brilliant person, it means he's really aware of this, what is going on in the creation of the universe, and responding back to the owner of the creation, the Lord of the world, the universe, responding back and communicating with him in the most comprehensive way as a human being could do, or as much as a human being can make it. So the relationship between what is going on in the creation and who is the best responding back to this type of creation. Now, look at the message of the prophet, the Quran, for example. Now we are studying the Quran. We see that in the Quran, 96.5% of the Quran is how to utilize human qualities, is psychological analysis, and what the nature of this universe is all about. All these stories of the prophets, descriptions of what is going on in the universe, how horrible things will happen, the things will be destroyed. These are just the description of the nature of the creation of the universe. They cannot do it. There must be a conscious being performing his qualities and presenting them to human consciousness. And the Quran is on every occasion, maybe in each ayah, sentence of the Quran, refers to the creator, conscious creator, deliberate creator. Now, we forget about this and argue it's so insignificant. The Prophet, how many wives did he have? It's a cultural thing, man. What are you talking about? In that time, it was quite normal. Even to have only one wife is abnormal in the society. What are you talking? I am 21st century here. If I have, let alone one wife, two wives, I am in trouble. I would never dare to do that. I cannot bear it. Not as a woman, no. As a man, how can I manage with two of them? And said, Quran says, you have to be just. That time, it was the common tradition, trend in the society among the somehow well-off people, or better off people, not necessarily well-off. So that is, in that culture, it was quite normal, but the people, societies changed. That's happened now. That is how we are now. People even don't get married with one wife. Why? They don't want to commit at all. They are afraid of it. Then if I commit, then I may be in trouble in the future. What they do, okay, let's be boyfriend, girlfriend, and whenever we don't like each other, we can just go in everybody will go in his own or her own way. That's it. Let alone two. One is too much in this culture. So bring that example, apply it to your culture. In your culture, this is not impossible. So it is a demonstration that a human being should act according to the norms of the society in which this person is living. Now, according to the norms of 21st century society in which I am living, so I have to transfer the tradition of the Prophet or apply it to my life, that I have to act according to norms of this society in these minor, insignificant matters. As far as the purpose of my existence is concerned, one wife, two wives is totally irrelevant. What am I doing before the manifestation of the universe? Which kind of attitude I am having, which kind of response I am presenting to the creation, so that I will communicate with the owner of the Lord of the universe in a comprehensive way. We don't read the Quran's 96% of the messages. We lose ourselves in 1% of the local normative principles of the society that the prophet lived there, in that society. And we call it, now we know, prophet. How? You know, I can number the names of his wives. What are you going to do with the names, man? Are you something wrong with you? Names of his wife. What is that? What am I supposed to do with it? Crazy. Names of the prophets mentioned in the Quran. So what? Whether Zulkarnain was a messenger or prophet or not. What are you going to do? It's an example for you, man. What are you losing your time? Why? Are you something wrong with your mind? This is not the purpose of the Quran. Take the example. Take the message. How are you going to deal with the universe? How are you going to deal with the people? Take the principles. Unfortunately, our definition of the prophethood, messengership, makes us impossible to confirm that there must be a prophet. But we turn the prophets into heroes. This is the Muslim hero. Muhammad is the Muslim hero. In which sense? He was a nice man, very successful, and he established a big empire in his time. So he was so sacrificial, sacrificing his life for the benefit of the community. Okay, man. Genghis Khan did the same thing. Gandhi did the same thing. Attila did the same thing, conquered the world. Why don't you call them prophets? It is not the criterion at all. Now, really, I really appreciate this man's understanding of belief matters. Look, he puts it in his right position. Worshipping the owner, Lord of this universe is the ultimate purpose of man's existence. How can I do that? The best example of worshiper must be my master, my teacher, my mentor. Must be, so that I will learn how to worship in response to the creation, so that I will appreciate the Creator, so fulfill the potentiality that he has given to me as much as possible in this world. That is the purpose. I am brought into this world and I am taken away from this world. It is obvious that I exist in this world with a beginning and end, definitely. You cannot change this at all. You cannot stop coming into this universe. You cannot stop going out of this creation. You cannot. That means, obviously, somebody is bringing you here and taking you away and giving you the opportunity to educate yourself for a limited period of time. Try to make it. What are you going to do with the names of the wives of the prophet? Names of the wars that the prophet involved. What are you going to do with them? Are you a historian? Or following the prophet in his mission? In his mission. Of course, we can see how virtuous a man he was. But this is not the point. This is just extra fortifying, confirming that he was an honest man. But look at the message. Look at the message he brought to us. And what does the message say? Communicate with the creation, therefore with the Creator, the Lord of the creation, in a best way. So know you who you are, and know who the owner of the universe is, and communicate with him. That is the best way of understanding that we need the teacher in this respect, primarily. How can I perform my relationship with my Creator and appreciate him in the best way? I need a teacher who will teach me, here is the Quran. Read it carefully without losing yourself in historical contexts. These are that time, yes, correct. The Quran presents an example in that time, but bring it to your life and practice it in 21st century for yourself. So get the education from for this purpose. Don't lose ourselves. We shouldn't waste our life. Thank you very much. Sorry, this subject is very important, very strange, very alien to Muslim community. I've never seen, maybe there must be, but I've never seen any scholar who is emphasizing on this aspect of understanding the messengership and really appreciating the role of the messengership. I am excited. That's why I keep talking. So sorry, I should stop.
It's okay. Thank you very much. All right. Now, two signboards, two spheres appear. One is a magnificent, well-ordered sphere of lordship, an exquisitely fashioned, bejeweled signboard of art. The other is an enlightened and illumined sphere of worship, and broad and comprehensive signboard of thought and reflection, admiration, thanks, and belief. The second sphere acts with all its strength in the name of the first sphere. Okay. Anybody wants to say something here? Go ahead, Brother Ed.
This is so exciting for me. And if anyone else wants to say something, I will respect and leave the mic for this person. It's so exciting. I don't know whether I'm imagining or what is it. But now, on the one hand, well-ordered sphere of worship. What's that? Universe. The owner of this universe, demonstrating in each and every one of the beings in the universe his lordship. If you go and study an animal, you will say this animal must be created by the one who created the whole universe. Study even a molecule, a cell. This cell must be created by the creator of the body, of the animate beings, and also my environment, the earth, because every animate being is created in accordance with the requirements of the rest of the environment on the earth, climate and everything adjusted. And the earth is created according to the order of the solar system, and galaxies going on and on and on. Everywhere that we see lordship, it means somebody owns it. Somebody owns it. And this one is the owner of the universe, must be the owner of the universe. This comprehensive understanding of lordship. And now let's study 1a and 2a. 2a, sphere of worship. Conscious human beings, we are given the feelings, need. If someone really helps me, does any kind of favor to me, I appreciate it. That is how I am made. That is the way I am made. I appreciate it. If I don't appreciate it, I feel arrogant within myself and I'm not happy with it. No one approves it. It means that a human general consciousness. So I have to respond back, appreciating the manifestation of the lordship in the universe. That's how I am in my relationship with the rest of the universe. While I am interacting with the rest of the universe, not only the galaxies, not only the sun, moon, and stars, no, not only the trees and animals, including everything, every human being, and every insect. I have to understand. That's why the friends, companions, they are called companions, but it means friends, really. Friends of the prophet, if you like, students of the prophet, were asking if they could kill a harmful animal, snakes, scorpions, whatever, but a harmful animal, if they can kill them. Permission, asking for permission. Now, we cannot imagine, especially a companion who had lices in his hair and came to the prophet and said, well, it happens. It's human being. It happens. That's the way the things are created. Came to the prophet and said, oh, prophet, what shall I do with these creatures moving in my hair? The prophet said, are you disturbed by them? Yeah, but I'm used to. Okay. You see what I mean? Asking for the permission of this teacher about killing a lice in his hair. Look at the sensitivity of respect to the environment, to the creation. That is how a human being needs to be educated. You know, the Battle of Badr took place in the second year of Medina. All right, maybe third, maybe fourth. What are you going to do with it? Is it your purpose of existence? I don't know. I don't know. I'm a bit sensitive about this kind of Sira books. What are you going to do with it? But learning what happened in the second year. Well, if someone is specializing there, let him let it be his special area, studying history of Islam and writing something for those people who have time to waste. So why shouldn't we concern about our relationship with the universe? That is why we understand from here well-ordered sphere of lordship and lordship as opposed to sphere of worship. Lordship from the creator side, worship from conscious human being side. Now, the best person who realized it, appreciated this, performed this, must be the teacher for human beings. That is how we understand this best person must be appointed as a teacher. This is called messenger. I don't care about his what did he do with his wives, or of course this person must be. If this person taught the people around him to be respectful to lices even in his hair, or whether he can kill the snake or not, asking for permission. Is it okay if I kill the snake? Do you think this person will ever harm his husband or wife, his friend, his neighbor? Ever? Get the gist of the message, man. Get the gist of the message. Don't lose yourself in superficial information. That is why we need to train ourselves and get the gist of the message of the Quran and understand the value of the messengership. That's what we need, the messengership. Otherwise, God sent a messenger. How do I know? Well, that's what they say historically. He received the message. How do I know? I don't know. He claimed to be so. It is superficial. But theoretically, it must have a base. I challenge people and myself. If you are not happy with Muhammad as to be the messenger of God, but there must be a messenger of God, search for it, who introduces the Lord of the universe in the better way than the Prophet Muhammad, peace and blessings be upon him, introduced the Lord to us, then follow him. And let me know as well. Yet, we have to say, no. The Quran, La ilaha illallah, Iyaka na'budu wa iyaka nasta'in. That's it. Allahu Rabbul Alameen. That's it. Fundamentals. Allahu, who's Allah? Who? The Quran keeps talking about Allah. Who is it? Rabbul Alameen, man. The Lord of the universe. Owner of the universe. Iyaka na'budu. Who worship this Lord of the universe? Everything is his creatures. I am a conscious being. I have to appreciate it. So simple, so fundamental. This news is the gist of all the Quran. So go along with this, learn more and more, convince your feelings accordingly by studying the Quran, by studying the exemplary lifestyle of the Prophet in his historical context, and try to understand in that culture. That is how the Prophet managed with his life. So you have to come back and say, within my culture, I have to manage my life with my life in the conditions of this culture. So practice the sunnah of the Prophet. Why are you doing this? Because Prophet practiced this principle within his culture. The norms of his culture was like this, and norms of this my culture is this way. So acting according to the norms of the society that I am in, together living with, is the sunnah of the Prophet. I learned from his lifestyle. Not difficult at all. No difficult. Okay, you cannot say, oh, no, I shouldn't really be so free in this way. in this society, everybody is Christian, so I have to follow I don't think they are Christian. I hope they were. But really following the Christ, well, I would love it, but I don't think the case. Anyways, so I have to follow the norms of this. No. Nothing. Worshipping God is the fundamental, establishing this relationship. And this needs a kind of scholarship. So the scholars of the subject will say, okay, the Prophet practiced it in these conditions like this. This is called ijtihad in Islam. Islamic tradition, ijtihad is always there. So this ijtihad was then like this. Now, I can apply it for you because I'm expert on the subject. And within this society, you can do your human activities according to the conditions of the society. In this way, if you want to follow the pattern of the prophetic life, I cannot really literally imitate that the prophet was riding camel. So in New York, I have to ride camel. It is sunnah, it is crazy. An expert must adjust it and teach me. This is secondary subject. The first subject, primary subject is how can I establish my relationship between my Lord and responded back to him in a worshiping, most appreciating way, in appreciating his worship, his lordship, owner's lordship. So this is the gist of worship, communicating with him everywhere, every time. Gist of worship. But prayers, yeah, these are the forms that I have to perform in this world. As the Prophet said, that there is no norm that I have to adopt from this society about how to perform my prayer, how to perform my fasting. This is universal. You can do it individually or in a community. So however this society practices this kind of things, so for example, in the place, most of the places, exceptional places, China nowadays, and a little bit Russia still, that's what we hear. People have their mosques, they go there and perform there. But in China, pressure is so much, not everyone can go to the mosques. And they are under surveillance and, really they are oppressed a lot. The Muslims there in China, oppressed, so they have to do something in order to really protect their relationship with the Lordship. Try to do their best according to the conditions. In the United States, there is no excuse that I can have a mosque anywhere I want. So why not? This is the norm of the society. I can have my mosque. I can have my community activities there. Why not? That is what the Prophet did. In Mecca, they didn't have any community center because the norm of the society didn't allow him. In Medina, the norms changed, and it was possible to have a mosque there, Masjid Nabawi. He established first because it was possible. They invited him. He didn't want to come. They invited him. Perfect. Look at this adaptation. In Mecca, there is no mosque. There was no mosque. In Medina, in the life of the Prophet, first thing, establish the mosque. So this is community. And we learned from here that Islam is a community religion. You cannot live Islam individually only. Of course, you have to live your belief individually, but in your social life must be in a community life. So try to have your own community. Depends on. praying Friday prayers, mosques are ready. How about studying the Quran? You cannot study everyone who comes to the masjid. You cannot study the Quran with anyone who comes to the masjid. What you have to do, try to search people around you. Can we study? Are you interested in studying the Quran? As much as we can. Come on, man. Come on, my friend. Let's do together as much as. Try your best. What the Prophet did. That is sunnah, to try your best. That is how we should really combine the worship of God, responding to the lordship of the Creator, and worship of human beings. Practice it, possible, just be reasonable. Don't lose yourself in irrelevant subjects. That is not difficult at all, and everybody can do it according to the living conditions of the person. In some places, you may not be able to communicate with your parents. They may not listen to you. Fine. They may say, whoa, that's our culture. That's it. I don't want to hear any philosophical things according to them. It may sound so. Okay, leave it. But some people can communicate with their siblings, with their friends, or you may not be. Depends. But at least in our individual lives, we have to practice it as much as possible and be conscious of this manifestation of the Lordship in the universe and my worship, accepting, confirming, embracing it, and applying it in my life. This is 1A and 2A relationship. Time is up. Shall we go into 1B, 2B, or what do you think, Radwa, or friends?
I'm thinking to keep it till next time.
Fine. So we can start from here now, 2 signboards. Of course, we discussed enough 1A and 2A, and then we will go to 1B and 2B. But maybe summarize 1A, so you can summarize it, 1A, 2A, and we emphasize on what is the importance of this 1B and 2B relationship.
Okay.
Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you very much. All right, we'll stop here. اللهم لا علم لنا إلا ما علمتنا إنك أنت العليم الحكيم وآخر دعوانا الحمد لله رب العالمين.